Commanders, the Caspian Explorer has finally arrived for early access for ARX in 3 flavours: the Standard, the Stellar and the Galactic, all with different embellishments. Zorgon Peterson have popped this brand new large exploration vessel into Elite Dangerous, and there's been quite the hubbub from the community. Now we have a ship that isn't just big for the sake of being big, it's big with a purpose. In this video, I'm going to break down everything that matters: the strengths, the weaknesses, the real world performance, and most importantly, whether the Caspian Explorer is worth the ARX. So before we get cracking, I'd like to take the opportunity to thank you all for your continued patronage on this channel. And if you are watching this and haven't already liked and subscribed, then why not? It would be nice if you could, it really would. Either way, now we're going to get on with what we're talking about, which is the Caspian Explorer. So we're going to start with the first section. What is the Caspian Explorer? At its core, the Caspian Explorer is Zorgon Peterson's new long-range flagship. A heavy, large-size vessel, but perhaps you could say the spiritual successor to the Mandalay that launched last year to much accolade. It inherits the Mandalay's sweeping curves and panoramic glass cockpit, but this time it's got reinforced hull plates with ablative armour, improved aerodynamics with Mark II thrusters, and all these have been put in place with atmospheric performance in mind. These thrusters will combat against reduced gravity drag and will give better near-planet agility. The planetary armour, the ablative armour, steeper descents, cleaner glides, and the Mark II FSD supercharge, improved neutron and white dwarf supercharging, giving some absolute crazy jumps, which depending on the build, you can get in excess of 500 light years. It's a right old Colonia taxi, that's what it is. From day one, however, Frontier positioned this as the ship for commanders who live out in the black, amongst the stars, exploring. It's got all the internals. It's got a size 8 frameshift drive. And that, I think, is the real selling point to this entire ship. It's got that and, like I say, planetary armour, that ablative armour. It comes in reinforced, mirrored, military, standard lightweight, reflective, all that stuff. It's got those Mark II optimised thrusters, reduced gravity drag like I mentioned, and the FSD. These additions really scream, take me out to the edge of the galaxy and stay there. This ship has got enough internals and optional internals to allow you to do so without compromising on your jump range. I'm not too fussed on the fighter bay, to be perfectly honest with you. Get an FSD booster in there. But let's face it, does the Caspian Explorer actually deliver on that fantasy? So let's get into it then. So let's look at the size 8 FSD. The Caspian Explorer's size 8 FSD, I think, is the star of the show. It's the single biggest reason people, I think, are excited about this ship, short of the fact that it looks a bit like Star Trek's Voyager vessel. So the ship seems to be built around the drive and not the other way round, and as a result, this vessel has got very impressive jump numbers, and that can comfortably challenge, in some case beat, many of the engineered exploration ships, such as your Jumper Condors, that sort of stuff, your Crate and Crate Phantoms. Even when fully outfitted for long-range expeditions with SRVs, scanners, AFMUs, why did you have 3 of those on the Stellar version? I don't know. Repair limpets, you still get impressive performance for explorers, and that matters. That really does. I want to take a little bit of time to talk about the handling of the ship, and this is where I was generally surprised. For a ship as large as it is, the glide performance is incredibly smooth. This Mark II planetary armour doesn't just increase the descent speed, it stabilises the ship as well, right? You know how most big ships kind of wobble or drop like a stone? Well, the Caspian kind of doesn't. It lands like it wants to be there, if that makes any sense. I mean, these new Mark II modules don't seem to be that much of a gimmick. They actually try and change the gameplay loop. They make it more smoother. They make the game flow better. I mean, the FSD Supercharge upgrade, for example, makes the neutron highways a dream to navigate. You can still get too close and basically lose your ass on it, but, you know, that's just practice. Less heat, better conservation, more reliability. However, I did take it on an attempted Hutton run, and that Hutton run I know I couldn't land. But it's a guzzly old beast. The fuel consumption may need to be looked at, perhaps in future updates. Who knows? What have you found in regards to this? I mean, I think it's a true multi-role platform, right? You got mining, trading, exploration, that sort of thing. And despite being designed for exploration, it's not really a one-trick pony. Huge internals, multiple size 5s and size 6. You got the option to kick this out for mining, for exploration, a bit of trade as well, you know? I mean, it's going to be quite a versatile ship. I mean, I don't think you're going to win much in the fact of PvP in it, but you'll certainly survive in PvE. It's quite good in a combat zone. It really is. Frontier really understood the assignment here when it comes to the view and the cockpit. The cockpit is panoramic, clean, centered. However, there is a nice big bar going through the middle of it, spoiling that view, and that takes the shine off it, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, let's face it, it's a bridge, not a cockpit, and I'm surprised it didn't go down the same route as it did with the Panther Clipper and call it a bridge and not a cockpit. Either way, that's where we are. Definite Star Trek bridge vibes there, if you know what I mean. Let's talk a little bit about combat. Yeah, it's got 7 hard points. It's got decent agility, and the power distributor is not too shabby when you engineer it up. It can defend itself as well, but it's not a fighter. It really isn't. I think the Anaconda is going to basically blow it out the water on that respect, and so will even the Imperial Cutter and the Corvette. However, it is quite good at an AFK when you drop it into a Haz-Res zone. If your dream was to get a big explorer that also kills everything, it can give you a slap on the chops, but you're not really going to lose your backside to it, if you know what I mean. Now, this is a large exploration ship. It's huge, which could possibly mean parking problems. As a large ship, the Caspian Explorer inherits the fact that you can't land at outposts, hence Hutton Orbital. Planetary landings need a little bit of space, a little bit of wiggle room. If you want Cobra level convenience, then get a Cobra, because you're not going to find it here. And that's one of the things I was thinking about, and the configuration of the landing struts I thought would have helped a lot towards this. The internals are great, but they're not perfect. It's not an all-ship killer in that respect. A lot of commanders expected a little more in the size 7 or size 6 slots. What we got is good, but not quite cutter-level luxury when you think about it. And that could be a problem. If you want to try and get people out of their existing Explorer ships and into something new, despite what it looks like, and it does look cool, you know, you want to have something a little bit funky. I was a little bit surprised on the fighter bays in the Stellar and the Galactic version. I was also surprised on the 3 AFMUs, the maintenance units. Why the hell do you need 3 of that size? I mean, size 6. Unbelievable. And, you know, it had a shield as well. Good fuel scoop. Good for that. Repair limpets. Great. Little bit of cargo. SRV bay. But why a fighter hangar? What have we got coming for that, I wonder, out in the black? And let's face it, it's a heavy old ship. Even with engineered thrusters, it's a weighty old beast. Beautiful? You gotta say it's a nice looking ship, but weighty. Boost speed is fine, but not exceptional. And the rotational agility is good, but I'd say not brilliant. So who is this ship really for? Well, it's perfect, I think, for long-range explorers, neutron highway travellers, good colonial taxi, surface explorers, should you be able to land, commanders who like a big old vessel. It's a new ride, it's a new whip. It's got the option of having multi-role pilots on there as well. We've got 3 options for that. and it's pretty good as a miner. Mandalay fans who want a modern successor have been a bit frustrated with the space inside the Mandalay. But who is it not for? Well, I would say the Caspian Explorer is not for PvP players, although I could be proved wrong. It's also not for pure combat pilots. If you're a small ship enthusiast and like to land absolutely everywhere, this is not for you. Budget-conscious early game players. Again, if you buy it for ARX, you're going to get access to it and its modules depending on what you get. Stellar or Galactic version. And people who hate large ship docking restrictions. This is not for you. So is it really worth it? Well, if you're an explorer, a long-range trader, miner, or someone who likes ships with a bit of personality, a little bit of capability, then yes. If you like the new shiny thing. Most certainly this is for you. Absolutely yes. It's one of the strongest and most enjoyable large ships Frontier has released in years. More nimble than the Anaconda and the Imperial Cutter. It's a premium ship, and that earns the word premium, not just in cosmetics, but that you have to engineer it to get it to that level, I would say. For me personally, if you're a combat specialist, you could turn your hand to this. However, this ship really hits the sweet spot for exploration. Good to fly, versatile, looks amazing, and it delivers, I think, on what Frontier actually announced back when we first saw a glimpse of the Caspian Explorer. Anyway, there you go. I've been Ricardo. If you enjoyed this review, hit like and subscribe. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is the Caspian Explorer worth it for you? Or are you waiting for the credit release? Fly safe, Commanders. I'll see you soon.